Inclusion cannot be prioritized over safety and fairness. And Ranking Member Lee, if my testimony makes me transphobic, then I believe your opening monologue makes you a misogynist.
Shots fired.
I feel sorry for that poor girl.
Oh, let's get to Riley Gaines. Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
He gets better. He gets better.
This gets spicy.
Oh, you have not been triggered yet. Well, brace yourself now.
Thank you, Madam Chair. It's disappointing to me that although the title of this hearing implies a much needed discussion, we're likely going to be forced to listen to transphobic bigotry. Because actually, protecting female athletes in Title IX is important. Participating in sports provides so many benefits to our young people. Those
and athletic opportunities that should have been afforded to them under Title IX.
Discussion, we're likely going to be forced to listen to transphobic bigotry. Because actually, protecting female athletes in Title IX is important. Participating in sports provides so many benefits to our young people.
Those and athletic opportunities.
Go ahead.
Mind what she said there. That you're going to be forced to listen to transphobic bigotry. Yeah. So in a softball way, she backhanded, insulted everybody who's about to speak as a transphobic bigot.
Yep.
Okay, keep that in mind.
Before she even heard the message.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. All right, let's keep going.
That should have been afforded to them under Title IX. Again, the whole reason we put together Title IX. Last year, we celebrated the 50th anniversary of Title IX's enactment. For the last 50 years, we've seen Title IX's success in securing equality for women across the country. We cannot allow this administration to dismantle the rights and protections that women fought so hard to achieve. We must protect women and girls, and I encourage my colleagues on both sides of the aisle to stay centered on this issue throughout the hearing. To our panel, thank you for being here today before the subcommittee. I'm looking forward to having this very important discussion with you. And I now recognize the ranking member, Ms. Lee, for your opening statement. Ms. Lee?
Thank you, Madam Chair. It's disappointing to me that although the title of this hearing implies a much needed discussion, we're likely going to be forced to listen to transphobic bigotry. Because actually, protecting female athletes in Title IX is important. Participating in sports provides so many benefits to our young people. Those benefits range from improved mental and physical health to enriched life skills, such as teamwork and goal setting. In terms of mental health, studies show that participating in youth sports is associated with lower rates of anxiety and depression, lower amounts of stress, higher self-esteem and confidence, and reduced risk of suicide. So why are my Republican colleagues working so hard to prevent our trans youth from participating? According to the Human Rights Campaign, in just the first 143 days of 2023, elected officials across the nation introduced more than 520 anti-LGBTQIA bills in state legislatures. 23 states banned trans youth from participating in school sports consistent with their gender identity, with some laws focusing on kids as young as kindergarten. How competitive is kindergarten? You all are working so hard at excluding and demonizing a bunch of kids. I think it's important that we raise the voices of transgender athletes, their families, and teammates. I'd like to read a few of their stories written in the first person. The first from Cece Telfer, a professional track athlete, model, and advocate. I was a former D2 national champion in the 400-meter hurdles. And I am now a professional athlete training to make it on the Team USA and represent them in the following Olympics to come. Sports have given me a plethora of things, but mainly sports have given me strength, taught me how to overcome fear and stand up when defeated. Sports have given me collaborative skills that was developed throughout the years of being an athlete and having teammates. Sports taught me how to stay focused and committed, along with the necessary skills that sports has taught me and giving me clarity and freedom. Transgender women and girls, transgender people are not a threat. We don't play sports to cheat. We deserve the rights as any other women because that's what we are. There are rules and regulation that define our ability to compete. The narrative that builds on myself and trans kids in the community is negative and dehumanizing. It feels as though people don't want us to exist. And in order to change the narrative, because we do exist and we're not going to stop existing, we need to stop these anti-trans bills. They are dehumanizing and kids are dying. Instead, I believe the government should step up and support trans people on all levels to show that we are seen and have rights and are people just like everybody else. From Ember, a transgender female high school softball player. When I was younger, I played co-ed baseball. I loved it. When the teams became single sex, I no longer fit in. I was teased and ostracized, though the most difficult part was not feeling like myself, so I quit. I came out as trans in 7th grade and wanted to play softball, but my state requires trans girls to take hormones for a year before they can play a sport. So I waited for 3 years. During that time, I became self-conscious, uncomfortable with my body, and lost all of my confidence. I was diagnosed with depression and anxiety. I was finally approved to play on a girls' team in the spring of my sophomore year of high school. Playing on a girls' team has been an incredible experience for me. I have made so many friends and improved so much despite starting so late. My teammates treat me just like everyone else on the team. So do my coaches. My team is part of my family. We are all so different.
In April of 2024.
All right. We heard your rhetoric. So, you know what was missing in her conversation, in her supposed little monologue, whatever,
What's
is
that?
she forgot about women.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She forgot about women. Is she even a trans? I don't even. She looks like she's real. She's a real woman. I don't even know anymore with this.
Not to
stuff.
mention the fact that it's not a bill against trans people. It's a bill to protect children.
Yeah, I know. It's just in that she left this gap in the conversation, did not address the reason why these bills were there, and the notion that this is happening because they're trans. It's like, this is nonsense. It's not. And we got a video coming up, UK Parliament. Whoa, wait till you hear that one. But in America, we don't hate you because you are trans, you are gay. This is one of the most tolerant country in the world. I've done some studies in missionary mission and everything, and overseas, and I was doing a little bit of research on that. I think I did share it on my channel before. It's just all the countries in the world, America is actually one of the most tolerant country when it comes to trans ideology, to LGBT and all that, irrespective of how people like to make it look like people here are transphobic or hateful and bigot. To be honest with you, the freedom you have in this country as a gay person, as a lesbian, as a homosexual, and I'm advocating for you, doesn't mean I agree with your decision. I'm just letting you know other places around the world that's not the case. If you go to Jamaica, my friend, I got some people that I work with that are Jamaican friends. If listen, you don't want to hear what they do over there to gay people.
Or Palestine.
I'm from Haiti. You don't want to hear what they do. Okay, this stuff they talking about here, that conversation will not even be welcome. We not only from the front door or the back door or the side door, it won't be welcomed. But here in America, we tolerate a lot, and I think sometimes we tolerate too much. But and people are calling transphobia all the time because people disagree with them, trying to protect women, protecting children, protecting women's sport. If you think that's transphobic, you're not thinking. Like, you actually burning your bridge. You're going to put people in a position where they will resist your movement. And that's what's going on. They are resisting you because you're actually pushing this thing too far. You need to calm down a little bit.
But aren't trans women real women?
Darth Vader, don't get me started.
Hey, you wanted to play devil's advocate earlier. I got to play devil's advocate now.
All right. Well, the answer is no, they're not. And I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and she's a real woman, and she said being a woman is so complicated that people who think they can just slap on the label "I'm a woman" just because you feel that way is like you disrespecting women, because there's the genetics, there's biological stuff differently, they deal with certain monthly things that happens in their body. There's a lot of changes happening in their hormones, their hair, their attitude, what happened when they have a baby, how much of their vitamins has changed, their denture and like people don't even know. Like, do you know what a woman is, bro? Like, do you have an idea of the details that goes on to being a woman? I'm like, bro, I will not want to cover that.
Mm-mm.
I'm happy being a man because I have a wife and we have one of our daughters. Actually, we have 3 girls in the home. I'll tell you something, women are amazing, but their body is very complex and complicated. There's a lot going on.
Mhm.
I don't want that title. Like,
Lord have mercy on you.
just saying. I listen to them all the time and I hear the complaints and I'm like, and they're great. I mean, we're talking about the most kind, loving, and gentle people. Oh, women. If you want a nurse, a loving, that's a woman. You want the best, one of the best teachers you're gonna get is a woman. There are some powerful creatures, and I don't know what the world will be without women.
On the flip side, they can
But on
flip
the
back
flip
and
side,
forth.
on the flip side,
can
on the flip side,
They could just flip a switch and go in the
Yeah,
completely opposite
yeah,
direction.
let's just be honest. And men, we have our issues too. And this is not time for me to go after the men. This is but I'm just saying, I love me some women, and they are great. And you can't just take that title. Okay, that's all I'm simply saying. You can't take.
You
can't
can't
just
wear
own
that
it.
title like a dress.
It's yeah, you can't wear it in a dress. It's not that simple, buddy. It's not that simple. And I think for the sake of respect, you just gotta back off. And again, protecting women's sport has nothing to do with any of the rhetoric she just mentioned. She did not speak for women at all.
Mm-mm.
She had little value for women. You could tell she doesn't even respect herself.
Mhm.
Like, do you see yourself as a woman? Like, are you part of the group, or have you left the ship? Like, what's going on here?
Well, I
Right.
mean, look at her aide behind her.
Oh yeah, when you got those hair like that.
I mean, that should say a lot.
that tells you everything you need to know. Stop judging the book by its cover. Come on now. Well, yes, we are.
Oh, when the cover's covered in neon, I mean, it's kind of hard not to.
You can't. Yeah. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Yeah.
My team is part of my family. We are all so different and
In April of 2023, the Department of Education proposed a rule that, if adopted, would reverse this presumption. Under the proposed rule, women's sports aren't just for women. They're for anyone who simply says they are a woman, unless a particular school can demonstrate to the satisfaction of the Department of Education that keeping a particular team female meets important educational objectives. The new rule mandates that every school in the country must demonstrate the unfairness of male participation on each specific women's team that they offer and develop rules that minimize harm to trans-identified athletes. But what about the harm to us? Who is working to minimize the harm done to female athletes? Let me be perfectly clear. A school that knowingly allows a male athlete to take a spot on a women's team or allows a male athlete to take the field in a women's game is denying a female student athletic opportunity. And that is sex-based discrimination, and it violates Title IX, regardless of what the new regulations might say. It is my sincere hope that members of this committee will take action to stop the Biden administration's illegal and administrative rewrite of Title IX. Of course, there is a place for everyone, regardless of gender identity, regardless of sexual orientation, regardless of race or what sports you play. There's a place for everyone to play sports in this country. But unsafe, unfair, and discriminatory practices towards women must stop. Inclusion cannot be prioritized over safety and fairness. And Ranking Member Lee, if my testimony makes me transphobic, then I believe your opening monologue makes you a misogynist.
Shots fired.
Boom, 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 boom. That's what it takes. You see, the left, you gotta stop calling people names. You gotta stop doing that. It's gonna be used against you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The pendulum always swings the other
It
direction.
always comes back to bite you in the end.
Yeah. Hey, I don't believe in karma, but I do believe what goes around comes around.
It gets better though, because
She
goes
said, if you
all-
believe, oh, I love me some Riley Gaines. I love me some Riley Gaines. It takes a woman with some serious courage and some cojones to say what she's saying.
Watch what happens when Lee. Watch what Lee does.
Yeah, okay, let's find out.
Country. But unsafe, unfair, and discriminatory practices towards women must stop. Inclusion cannot be prioritized over safety and fairness. And Ranking Member Lee, if my testimony makes me transphobic, then I believe your opening monologue makes you a misogynist. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Gaines. I now recognize Ms. Perry for her opening statements.
You call me name, I'll call
Good
you name.
afternoon, Chairman McLean, Ranking Member Lee, and distinguished members of the subcommittee. My name is Sarah Parshall Perry. I am a senior legal fellow at the Heritage Foundation. As a former varsity athlete, the mother of a girls varsity athlete, and former senior counsel for civil rights at the Department of Education, I have, as the saying goes, skin
Madam
in this
Chair,
game.
excuse me, I move to have the gentlewoman's words taken down.
The committee will suspend.
They're deliberating.
The misogynistic word that was said, they want to remove that?
Because she called her a
Madam Chair,
misogynist.
she's engaging in personalities.
So did you.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I just ask how it's fair to be called transphobic?
There's a,
Thing.
I would say men disguising themselves as women are engaging in personalities.
Order. Hang on. Order. Let's get a ruling. The chair.
This is epic. Oh, I love it. Oh. A taste of your own medicine.
Okay, I move to withdraw the point of order.
Thank you, Ms. Lee. I now recognize Ms. Perry for her opening statement. We can start.
Whoa.
She's like, never mind. I give up.
Oh, how sweet was that? Oh, that was epic. Oh, by the way, we're gonna listen to her. By the way, I'm gonna let her run through a 6-minute video. But let's talk about this one. That was great. You see, the left love to call people names, but they don't like being name called.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. So you call people white supremacist, evil, bigot, transphobic, xenophobic all the time, sexist. But when you deserve the title, oh no, we gotta end the meeting. Oh, we want these words sticking down. This was an attack on my personality.
Wait.
This was an attack on my personality.
I guess not. Maybe
Say it
not.
again.
I guess not. I guess I'll withdraw the objection.
Oh, that was great. Oh man, it takes a serious Riley Gain to turn the room upside down. Look at that.
Right.
One single state. They didn't care about anything else she said.
Mm-mm.
But she called me a misogynist.
Mhm.
Oh no, I am not a misogynist. Oh, I can't believe she said that. No, she spoke for women. She spoke about protecting Title IX and everything. Oh, none of that mattered. You said something about my character. Hey, I thought you said she was a transphobic person even before you had a chance to hear her speech.
Yeah.
What makes it okay?
And then you got slapped
I
out.
love how this ended.
that was like the creme de la creme on top.
Yeah, that ended so perfect. I was just like, when a video ends like that, it's like, what do you add to it? You can't add anything. Listen, guys, I'll say that to say this. I'll say this. It doesn't have to be this complicated, right? Leviticus 19, verse 18, as a matter of fact, the 10 commandments is like, he's breaking down the 6 commandments here in essence. Do not seek revenge or bear a grudge against any of your people, but love your neighbor as yourself. I am the Lord. It's a simple command, but there's a lot in it. In other words, friends, what's the golden rule again? Do unto others as you will have them do unto you. That's Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Love your neighbor as yourself. That's Bible. So if you don't want to be called these names, stop calling people these names.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to be disrespected. You don't want to be labeled. Stop putting the labels on people.
Exactly.
It's a simple thing. It's
Or
not
if
that
you do,
complicated.
just expect to get it in return.
Yeah, and when you do get it, hey, listen, man, I don't feel bad. Riley Gain did the right thing. I think more people like Riley Ginn should be talking. Like,